What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to part 2 of the FIFA 19 career mode new features. If you enjoy these types of videos, please leave a like, it really helps me out. Let me know what kind of new features do you want to see on FIFA 19, and of course if you are new to my channel, subscribe and turn on the post notification, turn on that bell so you never miss a future upload. And in this video we will take a look at all the new features that are confirmed and will be in the game, and many people are playing the FIFA 19 career mode beta that has all the new features. So this is just a list that I compiled doing a lot of research for you guys. One of the interesting new features is that you don't have to anymore go to your menu to change the formation and the tactics of your team during playing a game of FIFA. And this is of course applicable to not just career mode but ultimate team and pro clubs and all the other game modes. You can switch formations by just flicking a switch on your controller D-pad, and also you can now plan alternate tactics and team settings before the match actually kicks off for specific scenarios. So for example, when you are 1-0 down and there is only 20 minutes of the game, you can switch to like a free 5-2 formation maybe, and you can switch to different tactics. For example, you can switch to tactics like get in the box, or attacking fullbacks, or hog the sideline. That is I think applicable to the wingers and maybe the striker as well. Or you can even switch on the tactic saying extra striker, which means that one of your attacking midfielders will drop into a striker role and you can play with 3 or even 4 strikers. And I heard that 4-2-4 formation will be on FIFA 19, so you will actually be able to play with 4 out and out strikers, the 2 strikers, and then you can have a left winger and the right winger who are just next to the 2 strikers up front. So that is really awesome, and I love it that you don't even have to pause the game. How many times does it happen, especially online, when your opposition pauses the game to make changes, to make substitutions, or to make formation changes, tactics changes? Now you can do it in game. So if you concede or score a goal, you can adjust your formation and your tactics while playing the game, which makes everything quicker and smoother, and that's what we all want. Also, defensive tactics. You can assign different defensive tactics to each arrow on your controller. So for example, when you want to do pressure after possession loss, that is one tactic that you can set up. Or you can do constant pressure, or you can select drop back or balanced or pressure on heavy touch, these are all being defensive tactics. And also you can select striker drop back, for example, as a defensive tactic. You can select team press as another defensive tactic. These are confirmed on FIFA 19 already. I saw some screenshots with people playing the FIFA 19 beta, and these are all defensive tactics. Also you can do overload the ball side, or of course offside trap, but that used to be on FIFA 19 as well. So this is the first big new feature which I really love. And another new feature which I really love is at the end of the calendar year, so just like in real life there are, Golden Ball or Ballon d'Or awards, Team of the Year awards, there will be a UEFA Team of the Year shortlist for not just all players but for attackers, midfielders, defenders and goalkeepers, and this will be created in the news section. So make sure that if you are playing FIFA 19, make sure to look out for that news section at the end of each year, because UEFA Team of the Year shortlist will pop up, and I think this is a great addition, and there will be another added motivation for your player to do well in your career mode. And if you are playing a My Player career mode, just imagine, trying to score as many goals as possible, so you end up as maybe on the UEFA Team of the Year shortlist for attackers, for example. I think that would be a really awesome addition. Another very interesting change is that older players lose stats in a more realistic way. For example, there was a picture of Luis Suarez being 34 years old, so almost approaching the end of his career, and his strength, his sprint speed, his acceleration, his stamina, his reactions, his balance and his agility didn't go down to the red rating. So for example, his acceleration went down only to 71, sprint speed to 64, but he also was a 67 strength, but his stamina went down to only 81. And that is really good to see, because sometimes on FIFA 18, when a player got old, like 34, 35 years old, their stamina went down so badly that they were barely usable anymore. And I think EA made some really like sensible changes, and I'm really loving this. For example, Luis Suarez's reactions as a 34-year-old player, it's still 93. That shows that even his best stats don't go down that fast. And Luis Suarez is 86 rated as a 34 years old player on career mode, which means on FIFA 19, which means that even like if you have your best player, you can keep him until the end, almost the end of his career. You don't have to sell your best players when they are approaching like 32 years old, because their stats will be actually stay pretty good, not great, but pretty good until they are 34, 35 years old. And that is another change that I wanted to see on FIFA 19 career mode, so we're very happy that EA implemented this as well. And the maximum capacity of your squad on FIFA 19 will be 52. So you will have 52 players to choose from on FIFA 19 career mode if you decide to fill up all your squad. That is including players who are out on loan, and I think this is a pretty good limit. I mean, on PES 2017 I remember that the squad was just 32 players wide. On FIFA 18 I'm not sure how big your squad can be. I think it's around like 45 or 50, something around that mark. But to have 52 players, including those out on loan, I think it's a pretty good number. If you want to have more players, I think that's just ridiculous. You probably need like 22, 25 players for your first team, and then basically you could have another 27 players, youth players in your team, which I think is more than enough. So I'm actually very happy that they made the squad so big, so large. Potentially you don't have to fill up the 52 slots, it's just an option. And a small change, but remember that there is an other leagues tab on career mode where you can check out the other leagues and how the other teams are doing. And I most regularly check out the second division and which teams will get promoted to the first division. And of course you always want to check out La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, French League, German League, Bundesliga, I already mentioned it. But finally they actually put a list of competition on one screen, so you only have to scroll down and click the league that you want to see. You don't have to flick through the whole host of leagues. If you want to reach like a league in the middle, you had to go through half of all the leagues and just click it game after game, league after league, and it was pretty laggy. So finally on FIFA 19 it will be completely different. There is a list of competitions and you can click the competition that you want to view and bang, it will be on your screen, no lag at all. So I'm really happy about that as well. And what is also very important, that the transfers that other teams make, the transfers that the computer makes on FIFA 19 career mode is much more realistic. Players will more likely go to a team in their home country, so there are a lot of transfers happening. For example, just to take Premier League for example, N'Golo Kante a lot of the times goes to Paris Saint-Germain or Marseille or other French league clubs, and Leroy Sané of Manchester City transfers to Bayern Munich in one of the career modes that one of the guys played on the FIFA 19 beta, and that makes it a lot more realistic. Sometimes players get homesick, sometimes they want to go home to see their family more, and maybe they want their kids to grow up in their home country. So it makes sense that many players who are playing abroad want to maybe one day go home, go to their country of origin, their country of birth, and I think this makes a lot more sense for EA to do this, and I'm really happy that on FIFA 19 hopefully we will see a lot more realistic transfers. I mean, I remember on FIFA 18 career mode, Marcus Rashford went to all kinds of crazy teams, even in the first transfer window, or even in the second or third transfer window. Sometimes Marcus Rashford went to Juventus, which would be very unrealistic in my opinion for him to go from Man United to there. Also a very good new addition, there is at least 5 new countries that you can send your youth scouts to. I can't confirm which countries these are, but I really hope that my home nation, Hungary, will be among these countries, so I'm really looking forward to finding that out. And also any stat getting to 99 is quite rare now on FIFA 19 career mode. How many times did you see a young player fulfilling his potential and like 5 or 6 of his stats were 99, were maxed out? This time it doesn't happen that often. There is not many players on FIFA 19 career mode where you will see 99 sprint speed, 99 acceleration, 99 dribbling, something like that. That very rarely happens. And also on FIFA 19 career mode, another very good addition is that the results will be a lot more realistic. It almost never happens that the top team is battering relegation. On FIFA 18 career mode, I had Arsenal and Manchester City be in the relegation zone at halfway stage of the Premier League, and that was just so unrealistic. And also sometimes they were playing their reserve players like half of the time, which was super annoying. They had Lacazette, Aubameyang playing just 5 games each, and some unknown kid from the Arsenal academy were playing like twice as many games, which was so annoying. This FIFA 19 career mode fixes that, and I'm really happy about that, and I'm really hoping that EA will keep you know, the career mode more realistic. One downer is that the manager career mode simulation, you know, when you can simulate a game instead of playing it, the code is still exactly the same as previous FIFA, so it's exactly the same as FIFA 18. So even if you are the best team in the world, you have a decent shot at losing the bottom of the league team away from home, which is super annoying. But it doesn't really concern me because I very rarely simulate games. I only sometimes simulate games in pre-season, where I just want to get to the season quicker and I want to make transfers instead of playing the pre-season games. But in the normal season I very rarely simulate games, so it doesn't really concern me. It's very disappointing that you still cannot see the statistics of your national team players. So you know that you can manage international teams, you can't check their stats even if they are playing you know, in different leagues. But there have been changes in the international management. You now have a squad hub specific to your nation that you are managing, so you can change player kit numbers and you can see your players' attributes similar to the squad hub of your club's players. What is super annoying is that there is no new manager customization as of yet, and you cannot continue with an existing manager. So you cannot be Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola or Jose Mourinho when you start career mode, and that is super annoying. That would be just such an easy thing to put into the game, because the other teams will have their real life manager, and also you cannot really customize the face of your manager that you are selecting at the start of the career mode, which also is a very annoying thing. But what I like, a new rule that was implemented, that you are allowed a 4th substitution if your game goes to extra time in real life, and that will be on FIFA 19 career mode. So if you have extra time, there will be a 4th substitute available for you to make, just to maybe avoid injury or fatigue creeping in. But last but not least, a good new addition which I really like. At the beginning of each season, that will be not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 young players to watch, which is highlighted in a news article with player descriptions. So you know, the news tab, it will pop up, even if you don't click on the new step, it will pop up that there is 4 young players to watch, and if you click the article, there will be player description, and also you can read the article on what the game says about this young player. And maybe every season, if you don't really know who to sign, which young players to look out for, there will be 4 suggestions that the game actually gives you, 4 young players that you could actually sign for your club. And also, you know, you can look into them, you can scout them, and then decide for yourself whether you sign them or not. You don't have to, but I think it's a neat new feature that I really like. And those are all the FIFA 19 career mode new features that I could find for you guys. But if I find any more new information, I will tell you guys, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed this. See you later guys, goodbye!